What if I told you that waiting for January 1st to change your life is the biggest lie we tell ourselves? What if I told you that your new year will start today?
Hey there, I'm Stella, and I believe in a powerful truth. To raise thriving children, we must first become our best selves. Like you, I discovered that the traditional path to success isn't enough anymore. We are meant for more, and so are our children. On this channel, I share my journey of personal growth and transformation, building a purpose-driven life, and raising children who thrive beyond the classroom. Join me as we unlock our potential while nurturing the next generation. Let's grow together.
Before we dive in, if you're ready to embrace intentional growth and raise thriving children, join our community by hitting subscribe. Every week, we explore practical ways to transform our lives and create lasting impact. Now, let me share something personal with you. Like many of you, I grew up believing in the perfect formula for success. Good grades, college career, I checked all those boxes. From the outside, everything looked perfect. But inside, I felt this constant pull towards something more meaningful. I had an amazing childhood, by the way. My parents from two distinct generations, my dad from the silent generation and my mom from the baby boomers, raised me in the way they knew best. They were traditionalists, of course, and their formula for success was clear. Go to school, make good grades, get a job, and your life is set. And go to school I did. Make good grades, I nailed that too. Really good grades, in fact. On the outside, everything seemed perfect. But deep inside, something felt off. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was meant for more. The problem was, I didn't know how to figure out what more looked like. And life gave me two profound teachers: parenthood and loss. My dad played a significant role in shaping the person I've become. He loved writing and storytelling. Some of my fondest memories are of him sitting us down to share stories. Sometimes they were tales he'd made up, funny and imaginative. Other times they were from his childhood, real-life lessons, or conversations inspired by books, poems, or events. He had this gift for weaving life lessons into every story he told. When my dad passed away, it hit me just how much I hadn't fully realized his depth. I always knew he was a great man, but it wasn't until I went through his collections, his poems, his articles, his books, that I understood the legacy he had left behind. He had written about 4 or 5 books, yet his audience was limited to his immediate community and possibly workplace. I kept thinking, if only he'd leveraged the tools we have today to share his work with the world. Today, we live in a global village thanks to technology. That realization reinforced my desire to put myself out there, to make an impact not just in my immediate vicinity, but on a global scale. Continuing my dad's legacy of storytelling and meaningful impact became a mission for me. On another track, becoming a parent and seeking parenting wisdom intentionally brought another layer of clarity. I realized that the traditional formula I'd grown up with, school, grades, and the job, wasn't enough for the world my children would inherit. There is so much more to learning than what happens in the classroom. If I wanted to raise children who thrived in every aspect of life, I definitely had to teach them differently. My dad's passing taught me something crucial. We don't need to wait for a new year to start living with purpose. Every morning is January 1st if we choose to see it that way. This revelation collided with my journey as a parent. I watched my children naturally curious and eager to learn, and I realized something. The traditional success formula I grew up with isn't enough for their world. But here's the deeper truth. For our children to truly thrive, we need to thrive first. This isn't just about setting a good example. It's about creating a legacy of intentional living, one day at a time. Now let's talk about the 5 pillars of what I call the daily New Year mindset. Number 1, know thyself. This first pillar is all about self-discovery. It's about examining your core values and beliefs, understanding what truly drives you, identifying the gap between who you are and who you want to become, recognizing patterns in your thoughts and behaviors, acknowledging your fears and what holds you back, discovering what makes you come alive. Pillar 2, own your gifts. Building on self-awareness, this pillar focuses on identifying your natural talents and acquired skills, understanding how your strengths serve others, recognizing areas that need development, creating a personal growth roadmap, aligning your strengths with your goals, and turning weaknesses into opportunities for growth. Pillar 3, design your days. This pillar transforms awareness into daily action. How? By creating meaningful morning rituals, setting daily intentions that align with your larger purpose, breaking down big goals into daily actionable steps, making conscious choices about your time and your energy. And of course, that leads to prioritizing what truly matters. Living each day as if it is the first day of your year. Pillar 4, grow with purpose. Pillar 4 talks about embracing mindful development through keeping a growth journal to track progress, viewing failures as feedback and learning opportunities, celebrating those wins and milestones, no matter how small they are, reflecting on daily lessons and insights, adapting strategies based on what works, maintaining consistency in your growth journey. And pillar 5, thrive together. Pillar 5 amplifies your journey through connection. Share your experiences and lessons learned, finding accountability partners who challenge you and who support you, creating environments that nurture growth, building communities of lifelong learners, contributing to other people's growth journeys, leaving a legacy of continuous improvement. This framework reminds us that transformation isn't a destination, but a daily choice. Each pillar builds upon the previous one, creating a sustainable approach to personal growth that can begin anew each day. In practice, these pillars work together to create a powerful daily growth system, and the magic happens when you implement them consistently. And let me share how this framework has transformed my own life. It wasn't about making massive changes overnight. It was about small intentional choices that aligned with each pillar. Through knowing myself better, I finally understood why I felt that pull towards something more meaningful. I stopped dismissing my desire to make a broader impact as just a dream and recognized it as part of my purpose. When I began owning my gifts, everything shifted. I realized that my ability to connect through stories, it wasn't just a hobby. It was a strength I could use to serve others. And this recognition gave me the courage to start putting myself out there, to launch my newsletter despite the voice of fear of saying, who are you to share? Designing my days with intention became my anchor. Instead of reactive parenting and scattered focus, I created spaces for what truly mattered. Some days this meant waking up earlier to write. Other days it meant choosing to put away my phone and be fully present with my children. The growth mindset pillar taught me to embrace my journey fully. I started documenting my learning moments, celebrating small wins, and viewing challenges as opportunities. When a piece of content didn't resonate, for instance, instead of retreating and saying, what is all this? I say, what can I learn from this instead? And perhaps most importantly, I began building momentum through community. Every time I shared vulnerably about my journey, it created ripples. Others began sharing their stories too, and suddenly we are all growing together. So you see, you don't need to implement everything at once. Choose one pillar that resonates most with you right now. Start there. Every morning is a new year. Every moment is a fresh start. Every small step matters. As we journey through 2025 together, remember that your transformation doesn't wait for a date on the calendar. It begins with your next choice. If this resonates with you, Hit subscribe to join our community of intentional parents and growth-minded individuals. Share in the comments, what are you going to start doing differently today? Join my newsletter, Becoming Together, where we dive deeper into intentional growth and conscious parenting. Link in the description below. Turn on notifications to never miss our weekly inspiration. Let's make every day count, because when we grow, our children thrive and our impact ripples outward in ways we might never see or imagine. See you around.